Good evening, everybody. So tonight we're going to talk about something that it's going to be really helping us a lot to understand life. There's two portions called Acharei-Mot, means after death, and the second portion called Kedoshim, it means holy. So actually today teaching is a test. I need to check myself, each one supposed to check himself, if we can be holy, not after death, before death. So what's life? What's life? So we always hold the cup and we say L'chaim. L'chaim, it means for life. But what's life? So, it's really amazing. You see, the reason why we don't know anything about life. See, we think the word life is when there is people moving and working and coming home and sleeping and getting up in the morning and going to work again and eating and drinking. We call it life. I know we call it life, but that's not really the meaning, because there is many people, in Hebrew at least, we say Oseh Chaim. When a person enjoying, we call it Oseh Chaim. He's making life. So can I get a bucket of life, please? Because you're doing it anyway, right? Oseh Chaim in Hebrew. So yesterday they were laughing because they know Hebrew. Can you do life? Do? So can you do life? You can do a table or a chair or whatever. You can do physical. Life is not physical. So I'll give you some hint, okay? So a person stuck somewhere, no car, no house, no food, no water, no transformation, he's just stuck. Okay. But he's alive. We think I need to eat and breathe and all this, and I'm moving, I'm going, I'm coming, I'm sleeping, I'm getting up.
So to be present.
I'm alive. It's nothing to do with food and drink and work. You're not going to have a house, not a car, not food, not drink, you're still alive. So what does it mean? Yeah, what does it mean? As long as we still have the force that's called the God in me, it's the neshama, the soul, I'm alive. Nothing to do with anything. When the soul is not inside the body, you can have all the money in the world. The only place that you're going to be, what he just said in the Zohar, it's some places more or less, it's 6 feet underground. So what? You can have anything physical. It's not going to make you alive. So to be alive, it's to have the soul. Then if it's what keeps me alive, I have to do much more for that soul. We're doing for the body. So think about it. When the soul leaves the body there, it cannot move. And they have to bury that body. First, we need to understand. That's why it says in the portion Kedoshim, it's the second portion, it says, Vayidaber Hashem el Moshe le'emor. God again is telling Moses, all the time he's telling Moses, he's talking to us, right? דבר אל כל העדת בני ישראל ואמרת אליהם. You have to tell the Israelites, קדושים תהיו, you have to be holy, כי קדוש אני Hashem, because I'm holy. And we have inside one part of God. חלק אלוקי ממעל, one part of God from above. That's what keeps the person alive. So the most important part is what my soul, that it's kind of when we say me, can to do in this world, spiritually and physically. So my soul, this part of God from above, that gives the body life, nothing to do with anything, this is the life that when we say life, Chaim, and I say me, the real me, my soul within, That's also Chaim, life. So the real me is life, not my physical body. And therefore, it's good for the soul if I will participate with the soul, have peace with the soul. See, in Hebrew we say, Ma shlomcha, has the peace within you. If there is a peace between the soul and the body, I'm happy. If you don't have peace within you, you're not happy. And that's what we do every day. We're not charging ourselves the real me, this force, this soul. We're actually abusing it. Only when the soul inside the body, we have a choice. What does it mean? To choose the good or the bad. When the soul is not inside the body, there's no choice, by the way. It's only good. There is an amazing book, that also Hebrew and English, The Path of the Just. In the beginning of the book, he's asking, what's the obligation of the person in this world? That's the beginning of the book, the obligation. What you obligate? What's the obligation, the first obligation of a person in this world? It's to enjoy the light of the Shekhinah. What's Shekhinah? It means the light, it's a vessel that a person can have for the light to dwell inside. It becomes Shekhinah. Because it's like I'm living here, I'm the Shechen of the other person that lives next door. What it says, and the Zohar says it a lot, I need to know, okay, why I'm here in this world. The minute you know the purpose of why you were born and what you're doing here in this world, now you are connected to the Shekhinah. So he says that endless and the word life is the same. And that called Chaim, the endless. It means in Hebrew, Ein Sof, it means there is no end. Because there is a plan in this world. There is a plan. Everything is according to the plan until it's going to be done. And when we start to understand, if we start to understand life, if we do, then we have to know that that is challenging us. So here, the Torah is really trying to give us the understanding. It says, Kedoshim tiyu ki kadosh ani. Please be holy. Keep the soul in one piece. Don't tear it apart. Every time you get angry, it's like you're taking a knife and you're cutting it to pieces. Every time you get upset, every time it doesn't, even if you think you're right, obvious. We need to understand. That's why when we say the word holy, kadosh, look how many words from the word kadosh. Kaddish, kiddush. And when we say kadosh, at the time of praying, we say kadosh, kadosh, kadosh. Means right, left, it has to be balanced. So those portions is teaching us how to keep ourselves connected to the force that called life. It's force. The force. And his force, it's not my force, it's called internal discrimination, Hayuto. It's the level of Chokhmah, that from there, the force of life coming and giving even a tree to stay alive. That's why human being, whoever knows, we're doing Rosh Hashanah even for the trees. How would any one of us behave when we're gonna get the notice that you have few days to live? So Mirna said, make a peace with everyone. You're right. So why shouldn't I do the peace now and enjoy it? If you don't make the peace with everyone now, you're not enjoying anyway. So the manual book says, you want to live life happy, healthy, and all this that we wish to everyone. Sometimes we said, And then it says, not to steal, not to lie. I'm not talking about shoplifting. I'm not talking about stealing a car. We all thieves and we all lie all the time. See, now, of course, some of you listening to it and people going to listen to it later on because I'm recording it always. They're going to say, all the time? Me? I don't steal anything. I hate lies. Usually when people say they hate lies, they lie more than the one that doesn't say it. Sorry. I'm not offending anybody. You need to open yourself to listen to the truth, because that's how they call this Torah, the Torah of the truth. What does it mean? If you have the soul and you're not doing what you need to do with the soul, it means to participate, to work with the soul, to do for the purpose why I was born, you're stealing it. Because you're using it only for your own benefit. You're stealing it. You're not lying? Of course you're lying. It means you do whatever you want, and what you're going to say one day, when the soul goes and standing in the court up there, what did you do? You promised to do all this and you forgot again? How many bodies you need until you finish your tikkun? It's already 500 bodies you took, the same soul coming again and again and again and again. We all lie because we promised to do something and we don't, we forget. I don't want to go even to things that we go through life, how we lie to each other. A lot. Okay? What about hadarta pnei zaken? In Hebrew, hadar, it means if you see an old person, you have to get up and give him the chair. That's what people think. So I asked yesterday, so why they didn't say just get up for an old person? Why hadarta? Hadar. What's hadar? Hadar, by the way, in Hebrew, it means light. Pnei zaken, face of an old person? That's the sentence. I don't know if there is a sentence in English that they translated, but it means something simple. You see, when you get old, anyway, you start to be more calm and you don't fight with anybody around you. Why? Because you don't have the power to do it. See, hadarta pnei zaken, it means not to get up to let someone sit because he's old. That's respect. He's old. Okay. Means as long as you are young, you have the power to fight the negativity, because when you're going to be old, you're not going to have the power to do it. So all those are the laws that God telling Moses to tell us to stay connected to the force that called life. Don't curse. It says in those portions, don't curse a deaf person. But they don't mean that. Because even if you're going to curse a deaf, he's not going to. No, it means don't curse a person it means he didn't know something. Don't put an obstacle in front of a blind person. Another thing, this is אל תשים מכשול בפני העיוור. Don't block him because he doesn't see. And I'm not talking about just blind physically. It means, again, a person that doesn't know something. So he said, doesn't know, so I can take advantage out of it. Don't gossip. לא ללכת רכיל. Don't gossip. You're not here for that. לא להלין זכר. If you are the one that giving the money to someone, he's working for you or whatever, don't hold it. You have to give it at the time. So there is so many things to do. Okay? Don't abuse anybody. Don't do this. Don't do that. To care for someone else, and so on. So there is, I didn't even read all the 10 commandments, just 3 of them maybe. And some of them I read from those 2 portions. So actually, we have instructions and guidance from the Torah. It's a manual book. And we need to know that's not enough that we read it. You have to apply it. You have to do it. To read it, it's not enough. That's why it says la'asok b'Torah. You have to deal with it. So unfortunately, it becomes more and more complicated, and we don't know how to implement what we study. And it says even to love someone that is ger. It means he's not like you. He's a stranger. Why? Because you were also ger in Egypt. It means you're not from Egypt. So exactly how you want that person to treat you or this country to treat you, you have to treat other countries, not just when you see them in your table or in your city. You have to treat different countries with respect. That's also the Torah says, if you want to connect to life, okay, so instead of negative thoughts and to control other people, whatever, take control, make one step forward, open yourself, look at what life means, don't wait until death, do what you need to do now. And the most important thing that the Zohar talks about, and I don't want to talk about it this year because we talked about, it's to confront other people because you love them. You confront them, you say, come on, don't wait until something gonna happen to you. If you come to a class, it's not about just the class. What the class doing is awakening things within me that instead of I'm gonna broom it under the carpet, now I know I have to deal with that. So it's awakening people, and now we are mashpia, we are affecting other people, because all together we can have better life in this world, and we create better generation as we go. So we supposed to confront people from love, because I want the good that's going to happen to them exactly as I want the good for me.